Today we remember with thanksgiving the rescue which took place on the 22nd of February 1908, when the steam lifeboat the Duke of Northumberland went to the aid of the crew of the steamer the SS Harold, as it lay at anchor perilously close to the rocks here between North and South Stacks. The weather was atrocious, with an 80-mile-per-hour gale blowing, and the seas were mountainous.
What was it like today to go to that spot?
It was extremely poignant, having the relatives and descendants of the lifeboat crew on board to take them back to that spot. It was a lovely feeling to honour the memory of those guys who did such a fantastic rescue on that day. Heroes all.
Merciful Father, all things in heaven and earth are held within your loving care. Look with favour upon the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. Protect and bless the crews of all our lifeboats, our lifeguards, and all who risk their own safety to bring help to others. Guide all who work for the institution as volunteers, supporters and staff, that they may be faithful to the vision of our...
Well, what I remember about him, he was a very quiet man, small man, very reserved, and lifeboat was his life. And about the new Duke of Northumberland, which he went out with, yeah. Many a rescue he did. And he was the engineer down below. And the sea was tremendous, and he, as he was always telling me that he was stuck down below, and he didn't know whether it was out or whether they were in until he landed because of the weather.
When the boat was actually out on the rescue, the coxswain was actually at one point sort of nearly frozen to the wheel, wasn't he?
Indeed, it seems like it. In fact, station records show that for 7 weeks after the rescue, he was off sick, suffering the effects of the rescue and exposure.
And of course, steam driven.
Yes, absolutely steam driven, and the conditions during the rescue below must have been quite horrendous. If you can imagine firing a steam boiler in a very confined space, only about 6 foot by 6 foot, at least 2 firemen, and possibly firing lying on their stomachs.
So the conditions on that particular night may have been the worst that probably these guys had ever witnessed.
I would think so, when you consider that it took them 2.5 hours to go from the harbour to South Stack, and then wait another 2 hours for the tide to ease before the rescue. And it must be remembered as well that, of course, the majority of the crew had been out on another rescue before this one.
I believe that you've decided to let the Holyhead Museum here have care of the medals.
That's correct, yes. We decided as a family that it's better to let the general public see the medals, and so we thought as a family to give them permanent loan to the Holyhead Maritime Museum.
It must have been a very proud moment for you today, and how did you feel when you actually went out to the location?
Makes me feel extremely proud of the RNLI, and just remember they're all volunteers, they don't get paid, which you think they should be paid a fortune for the work they do, but as they don't get paid, I think everybody must donate more money to RNLI.